We go. Hi, it's Bernie Slavin. Thanks for joining me on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors. Always write them down, kids forget. Galaxy Blinds, Ultimate Windows, Cornerstone, Advanced Utility Solutions, GRS Insulation, Dovecot, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Ocean Lighting and TGM Cars. Great to be back to domestic football today after the international rubbish. It was rubbish, some of it. Yeah, we played Bristol. Obviously, Bristol today was the opponents. We travelled down to Bristol. The team was Dieng, Engel, Fry, McNair, Van den Berg, Jones, Howson, Hackney, Greenwood, Crooks and Latty Laugh. The subs were Glover, Belazer, Clark, Rogers, Gilbert, Dick Steele, Silvera, Coburn and Banguera. Was there a surprise at the team? No, it was a team that I presumed was going to start, except one. I thought Coburn would have started. Latty Laugh did come in, but I don't think he made an impact at all. Both teams have set their stall out from the off. I watched the game as always. Both are attacking minded, both created chances. And then 30 odd minutes in, the lad's cut in from our right. He cut onto his right foot, he's cut inside and he's curled it. It was a worldie. And it went into the top left hand corner, stunning finish, nothing anybody. The only thing I could see is we backtracked his defenders rather than going squeezing the ball and closing a lad down, and he got out his feet and he curled it. It was a stunning finish, can't take it away from him. And then the second, Dale Fry was the last in line, and the lad's going through towards the end, 1-on-1, and Fry did pull him down. If it was VAR, I think he'd have been sent off, last in line, for the goalkeeper would have been sent off. Anyway, a minute later, Dale Fry clumsily went in, brought the lad down, penalty kick awarded, 2-0 Bristol, going to half time, on a stroke half time. We came out the second half a different outfit. 50 minutes in, Crooks hit the bar, and when it came out, the keeper's lying in a heap because he'd went to try and save it, hit the bar, came off, and the lad, the Bristol lad, put it in his own net. I mean, I think he meant to head it by the post, but in his own net. It was a poor defensive clearance, if you say. And then a couple of minutes later, Crooks added a second. It was good play for Greenwood. He's played it, come in for the left. He's played it to Crooks. Crooks, he's turned, kept his cool composure. I thought Crooks was good today, and it was a cool finish. I thought we're still looking good for a third. I mean, they were attacking minded as well. But it came their way and it was a disappointing finish. The ball's come in for the corner kick on the right. It's come in back stick. The lads went up under no real pressure. Headed it towards Dieng. I have to say, I thought Dieng would have done better. Either tip over the bar or get it way out wide. But he didn't. He put it sort of down the way. And the lad fair at a cute angle. It was a good finish for his point of view, but it's a poor goal from our point of view. So 3 points down the... Well, I was going to say down the Swanee, not even the River Tees. I don't know what river's near Bristol, but it was a disappointing day because I thought Borough had a great run. We've only lost one game in 12. I thought we're going full of confidence. There for disruption, lost big Nigel Pearson, Curtis Fleming, both have been sacked with Bristol. They've only won one, and dear God, under big Nigel, they've lost the last 7. And the new guy came in, I think they'd lost one, won one. This is only their second win. 10 games. But I have to be honest, if we want to finish in the top 6, not top 2, I think they've gone. I think if we want to finish top 6, we need to beat teams, no disrespect, like Bristol and like Plymouth Argyle. I mean, don't forget, those two teams are average defensively, very average. And it's another indication for me we need a striker. Don't forget, one of the goals not on goal today. We scored 1 today. I mean, I've just looked here and I see the word garbage. We'll come to that in a minute. So, yeah, no disrespect to the likes of Plymouth or Bristol, but we should be beating teams like that. And the form we're in and the players we've got, these guys defensively are flawed. We're flawed, but they're flawed. And only scored 1 goal today. I know we scored 2, but 1 for the Bristol player. They've theoretically scored 4. It's not good enough. And I'll tell you what is down today as well. Our right-hand side. See down the right-hand side? We were poor. We were poor. Van den Berg and Jones, I thought, were poor. Latty Laugh never got a kick. Big Fry was huffing and puffing. I thought there was a few players out of sync today. A draw was probably a fair reflection in the performance. Both teams attacked. It was all right to watch. At the start, it was just keeping the ball and nothing really happening. But then the bolt out the blue after 30 odd minutes for Bristol opened it up. As I say, half time, no doubt they've had the rocket. They've come out, responded 2-2. It looked as if we were going to go on and steamroll them, but it wasn't to be. And a disappointing result. I'll backtrack these. I'll read. If I don't read the texts you put in, then I'll do it on the Total BS podcast on Monday. Where are we here? Matt McNeil said, didn't see the game today, Bernie. What's your overall thoughts on today's game? Matt, as I mentioned, top of the show there. Majorly disappointing. Went there full of confidence. 1 defeat in the last 12. They've only won 1 going into today's game in the last 9. So obviously, I expected at least a draw at worse. But to come out with nothing is majorly disappointing. And to concede another 3 goals is majorly disappointing. So for me, 3 points lost. A point wouldn't have been the end of the world. A point in your travel is always classed as a decent one and a good one. But to come away with nothing, empty-handed against an average Bristol team who's off and on the field have been in turmoil in the last few weeks. I say Nigel Pearson, former Borough player, Curtis Fleming, they were the coach and well, both of them were coaches. First team coach was Nigel Pearson. Both of them lost their job after 7 games without a victory. I think they beaten 6 of them. So yeah, disappointing. And don't forget, no excuses. We've had 2 weeks off with the international break. There's no excuses saying heavy legged or, injuries here and there. There's no excuses today. Gav Davies says, garbage, Bernie. Once again, it's the same old suspect not closing down. If he wasn't from the Borough, would have his position nailed down. So garbage, Bernie. Once again, it's the same old suspect not closing down. The first goal, we didn't close down. We backed off. When the lads come in for the right, we're backed off as central defenders. Instead of going to close the ball and squeeze, which you're taught to, I couldn't defend, but I know defenders are meant to squeeze the ball. And they backtracked, inviting the lad to shoot, and they obliged. They went, here, there you go, bang. But we should be aware of that. At Plymouth, they scored great goals against us. At Exeter, in the Cup, they scored great goals against us. Because we were backing off. We cannot allow it. I mean, the lads just curled it with his right boot and its top left-hand corner. There's not a keeper in the country would have stopped it. James Chapman says, first half was poor. We had a good 10 minutes, second half, then poor again. Yeah, we dipped in and out of the game. I say frustrating, but the right-hand side was frustrating. And I have to say, their right-hand side, I thought we were going to destroy them down that flank. And we didn't really... Well, we didn't do it first half. We had options where we went from right across to the middle, to the left or the inside left, and the final ball was a poor one. But I thought we could have tore it to shreds down that our left, their right flank. But it wasn't to be. But majorly disappointing. I'm not going to sit here and gloss it up and say, oh, we're all like, no, it was poor. Spot on, Benny. We should be beating teams like Bristol City, Robert Taylor. We've no divine right, but we've got better players in Bristol. Every man... I would have every player in our team every day of the week over theirs. And when they're at his vein of form, as I say, they're in turmoil. So we don't give me a swagger. I don't think the players will give me a swagger. I think it's just a matter of turning up. I think they gave it a good old go, but not good enough. Sometimes we're passing just for the sake of it, going nowhere, flattened to deceive. It's, so not good enough. Matt Scott says, this game summarises exactly where we're at, Bernie. Not enough up front and too many inconsistencies and mistakes. Young team, however, Hackney and Howson look great. Well, Johnny Howson get taken off, not because it was bad, just took a few off to try and freshen things up. But I have to say, Coburn, don't get me wrong, long term, I don't think he'll be here long term. I don't mean that I don't mean to be cruel, but Coburn, I think Carrick made it quite clear that he wasn't his first team choice, and he's kept on him because he never got the players he required as desired. And the boys come in and did ever so well. Worked his socks off, closed down, harassed, up against 2 hairy-ass defenders, but gave it his all. I was surprised to see him out today. I'd like to see him and Laugh behind him to see how that would operate, but Coburn come on, I don't know, it was something like 7-8 minutes to go. But like Laugh obviously we paid £5 million for him. We have to see him sometime, and just wasn't at it. He had a couple of tame shots, scuffed efforts. He wasn't in it. I mean, his work rate's phenomenal, his pace is phenomenal. But we need more than that. £5 million. We need more. Did they get a lot of the service? Probably not. Right flank, as I say, didn't really operate today. Didn't get going. Didn't put over quality crosses. Hit the first man. Caught in possession. Gave away poor passes. Wasn't good enough. Paul Kearney says, wait till we play Leeds. They have speed to die for on both sides. Hope we defend better. Ellen Road, yeah, I get the B at the front, Paul. Very good. Leeds get beat the other night, didn't they? They get beat. So, well, nothing to fear with Leeds. I know it's a Yorkshire derby and people will get rived up with that, but we're as good as Leeds. Don't forget, we played the best team in our division the other week. Last time we kept a clean sheet, which is unusual, kept a clean sheet and scored. Scored a worldie for the free kick. Mohammed, hi Mohammed. Hello Bernie, Joseph Slavin, gutted we lost. Bristol City not a happy ground for us. Cheap goals we given away. Yeah, I mean, all goals are down to mistakes or poor defending up and down the country. It happens every week, every month, every year. But today, the first one, as I say, we backtracked, we backed off. The next one, Fry was lucky to be in the park, and then he gave away a penalty a minute later. His head obviously wasn't cleared. And then the third goal, the ball's come in for the corner. The big lad's jumped up between two ears. We've not got anywhere near him. He's headed it to Dieng. Dieng should have punched it well wide, but he parries it into the path of a Bristol player on the right side, near the goal line. It was a cute angle, watch it. I don't know how he's got it in, because there's a ruck of players in front and near him, and he scores the goal, which turned out to be the winner. Matt Scott says, to be honest, I thought Crook should have come off at half-time. Wasn't in the game and make mistakes. Then what do you know? He makes a goal and then scores another within a few minutes. What do I know, Billy? Hey, Matt, look, hey, things like that happen. But I thought Crouchy was industrious. I thought he was trying to create things. Some things weren't going for him, but he kept at it, and he got his just reward. So when it hit the bar, came off the own goal, he played his part in that, and then obviously his finish was a great finish, because the lad was closing him down. You know, Greenwood's played it into him. He's got turned inside right in the box, and he's picked his spot. I think the keeper thought he was going to go across the goal. He played it near post. It was a fine finish for Big Crooksy. Robert Tyler says the Borough were good in the first half hour, then lost it defensively. Good to a degree with passing the ball. With a couple of chances, with a couple of wild efforts, one shot on target. I wouldn't overdo it. You know, as fans, we've got a tendency to over-egg the pudding, you know, inflate things when things are going well, inflate and say we're great in this and that. The first 7 games, we were out of sync. The next 12, well, I say we've only been won the last 12, including the cup games. So that's a great turnaround. But we're still outside the top 6, and we still need a player or two in January. And we'll find out who we get in January. But a centre-forward's priority, it must be. I don't know what money's available and what players we can get in on loan or whatever, or freezer. But we need a centre-forward. As I say, young Coburn's done brilliant. Thrown in at the deep end. Battling 2 centre-halves every week. He's gave it his full whack. Even today, I think he did more in the last 7-10 minutes than Letty Laugh did in the duration of the game. So he put himself about and closed down and harassed, ruffled feathers. But I don't think he's going to be an out-and-out prolific scorer. Letty Laugh, first touch is poor. Intelligence, I don't know, some of his runs. You know, people say offside. I'm not talking offside. I'm talking he's got pace. He doesn't need to go offside. I'm just talking about his general running and his movement. I don't know. Big Crooks will get a few goals, but none of them's prolific. And I think if we want to be in the top 6, we need a prolific goal scorer. Easy saying it, hard to go and do it and achieve it and get one in. So Fry has played really well, but today was amateurish. Yeah, he wasn't good today. Big Dale will know that himself. He tried to tackle a player going away from the goal, which to me is poor defending. Yeah, it's senseless. If a guy's going away for the goal, you jockey, you don't let him turn, you let him lay it off or whatever. But yeah, Big Fry huffed and puffed. I says that at the top. Letty Laugh wasn't in it. the right side wasn't in it. Jones was frustrating. And the amount of players that say that to me, you know, Jones goes for a very, very good player to a pub player in the space of 10 minutes. And that's probably true. Today was frustrating. I wanted to get a grip with myself and say, come on, I know what you've got in your locker. Let's see it. Let's do it consistently. And he stayed on for the duration of the game. I'd have probably gave him the hook. We've got a very inconsistent defence, brilliant at times, then comical and lacklustre, Samuel Elliott. That's a good description. Yeah, if you look at it, Plymouth Argyle, we conceded 3. If you score 3 away from home, which we did, Big Coburn got 2 that day, brilliant. But then you concede 3 against an average team. And then today, another average team. We were letting another 6 goals against 2 average teams. And our ambition is to finish in the top 6. Well, it ain't going to happen. We letting 3 in against an average team. Or a couple of average teams. But today, as I say, I'm disappointed that we get beat. We at least deserved a draw, but we didn't. And, you know, if I was in the team, I'd be saying the exact same things now. I wouldn't be mincing my words. We should have got a draw at least, but we didn't. Why? Because we're not very good defensively. Brilliant against Leicester. They had a couple of missed chances. Their defending, the main was well drilled. We did it for the duration, kept switched on. But we seem to go to sleep with lackadaisical at times. And it's costly. Coburn struggles to keep onside in every game and so frustrating. Christopher Abel, onside in every game. So you're saying he's offside like I was. But I was offside, but I got loads of goals. No, I don't get that with him. I don't think it is that. If we put, the thing is, if you're playing with good players behind you, Christopher, is it Christopher? Yeah, yeah, Christopher. If you're playing with good players behind you, if they go to play Coburn, who's a young lad, relatively young, to play him it, you should be able to see he's offside there, or I'm sure he's offside. So you keep retention of the ball and you play it square on and give him a shout, big man, get onside. I did it with the Republic. The caps that I got, guys like Ray Houghton that played with Liverpool, they would go out, barely get on it and take it away and keep possession of the ball. Good players can see that. And Coburn, it's not that. Lucky Laugh should never get caught offside because he's a lightning bolt. He would beat the big bolt, the sprinter, Usain Bolt. But that's not everything. Yeah, he won't go offside, but he needs to get in the game more. Lucky Laugh was not in the game today. I'm not meaning to pick him, but he was in place of Coburn. And Coburn, the games he's played, he's did very well. He's got a few goals. He's set up a few. He's battled and scrapped and ruffled feathers. And we've won the games. And then today he's out. That was only real. Well, looking at the team again. Dane, obviously, Engel, Van de Berg with the injuries we've got there, the 2 fullbacks now. Fry McNair, they're nailed on at the minute. Obviously, Lennon's out for the season. That's very sad news. Good luck to Big Lennon. Greenwood had a couple of shots a day, couple of team efforts. Hackney was industrial as always. Howson did his best. We changed it late on. Jones, I thought, was average. Cruikshank was involved in that laugh I mentioned. So, terrible defending again. Poor first half. Can't understand why Coburn wasn't on from the beginning. Lucky Laugh, don't do for this is for Peter Sloan. Don't do it for me, Bernie. Keep the faith up the borough. Hey, we don't need to keep the faith. I've heard that saying for years and we're still in this division. Keep the faith, keep the faith, keep the faith. That's every year. The players have to keep the faith. Last year we blew up. We were in great form and blew up when it really mattered, the business end of the season, and we blew up for whatever reason. Start of the season we blew up. I thought that was to be probably, I didn't expect us to set the head of the light with all the players that left, the exodus, and the players we brought in needed time to settle, and they have settled. Look, we've got some fine players. I'm not the team on the eye, we're still good to watch, we're still entertaining, we're still going forward, but we're still not scoring enough goals. And we're still not got a player we can hang my hat on and say, when we're having a rough old day, he'll get us a goal a day. He'll get us a goal. I mean, the last goal was a free kick, set piece, not an open play. Today, great goal for Cruikshank, the other one was an own goal. We need to score more goals. We need somebody that we can say, hey, he'll get us a goal. Good job. The beer in Bristol is decent. Bernard, this is for Chris Hardburn, set off at 3:30 this morning, and it's taking the edge off what will be a long return journey tomorrow. Well, Chris, have a great night. Have a pint of lemonade for me. Safe journey back, 3:30. That's what you call passion. Obviously, the lad must have a couple of quid, and no doubt he works his backside off to earn the money to go and see his beloved Middlesbrough. But 3:30 in the morning to go and watch your team, that's a real supporter. Hey, look, if you're sitting in the house, you've not got a job, I don't expect you to travel. I totally get that, and that means you're a Borough supporter. But guys that invest money, time, lack of sleep, travel in the country to see the team, I'll take my hat off to you. Safe journey back tomorrow, Chris. Good evening, Bernie from Thailand. Cocky Corner, how are you, son? Thailand, Tommy should call you. Do you know what, Cocky? I've got a mate that's just went over there. Well, he's a kind of a mate. Big heavy lad. They all rub his belly when he goes over there to Thailand because they think he's a Buddha. No, seriously, if you're offended, they don't give a flying. But anyway, yeah, he goes there because he loves all that attention and rub his belly and whatever. But he's over there now. He's in Vietnam, and then he's got to Cambodia, Thailand, or whatever. Anyway, watched Pattaya United, if I pronounced it right. That's a team over there. Laugh out loud. They won 2-0, gutted with the same old excuses. By the way, mate, you're still a legend over here. I don't want to be a legend in Thailand, I can assure you. I've never been in Thailand. Bernie, what do you think of our corners? Today we had 8 corners and did nothing with them. They get 3 and score from one of them. I remember when you played with Mugger and Pally, we always looked like we'd score a corner. Yeah, we used to have our set piece at corner when Palace and Mowbray and Marcel, I mean, we're talking a long time ago. We would work on them, and the idea would, the corner kick would come in, Palace or Mowbray would stand at the front post, get in front of the defender, back flick it to me at the back post, and I got a few tap-ins from that. So the idea, corner kick, big man Mowbray or Palace, the back flick to the back post, because everybody would be attracted to the front post, and I would get the tap-ins. Palace and Mowbray were very good at set pieces. Yeah, set pieces. I think there was a wee stat the other day regarding corner kicks, that not a lot of teams score for corner kicks. I know they scored for one today, but not a lot of teams score for corner kicks. It's hard to score for corner kicks. And by the way, we can see the corner kick, the camera I'm watching obviously doesn't pan in the whole defence, but I can get my money on, my dollar on, and my pound on, that we had 11 Borough players in the box and they score for a corner kick. Because we've been doing that all season. 11 players in the box, no outlet. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you were at the game and you're on the bus or whatever, the train or in the hotel having a drink, tell us. You might have not even looked at that, but we usually play 11 players defensively in our box, and I no doubt we did it again today, and they scored from a corner kick. We're an average team, just hope we can keep within a sniff of the playoffs and sneak on a run at the end of the season. That's for Jonathan Quinn. Anything can happen, Jonathan. But as I say, I'm looking to get into January, stay in a healthy position. We're still in a healthy position. Top half of the table, still whatever amount of points away for the top 6. And then sign a couple of signings of intent where we all think, you know what? We mean business. We're going to finish in that top 6. As I say, we've been in this league 12 of the last 13 years, whatever. Every year I hear, oh, we're going to do it, we're going to make it, we're going to get up, or we'll leave it next year, we're not good enough this year. Let's go for it. We're in a position where we're not a million miles away for the top 6. We have to go for it from now on. Keep it stable, get to January, couple of good signings, that could boost everything. We need to be more consistent with the performance, Bernie up the effing Borough for Stuart Gourley. Consistency is the key, but consistency, we've only been beat once in 12 games. That is consistent. That is consistent. But the thing we're not consistent is keeping clean sheets. Well, hit and miss, you're letting 3 goals in here, there, and that's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm not even, Kev Naylor as usual, I'm not even naming that name that he always mentions, this former striker. Hopefully makes a comeback in January. Dear God. Samuel says, I think sometimes we try to overplay things rather than keep it simple, such as Greenwood struggling. What should be simple passes? Sometimes we go for the Hollywood pass, the great pass, the killer pass, as opposed to keep retention of the ball. But then sometimes we keep retention of the ball and we flatter to deceive. It's a load of foreplay without penetration, if you pardon it. If you expand the terminology. That's what it is. Sometimes, I heard National Radio the other day, and there's an educated guy on there. Very few, but there is one. And he says Man City, they're the best team in the world at club level. Won the treble last year. And he says at times they're boring. And I get what he means. Sometimes I watch football, I watch us sometimes. I love football. Football's the key to everything. Passing, moving, great. But then sometimes we're actually getting bored now. We're sitting saying, hold on a minute. We need to eventually let my door and go for the jugular. It's pass, back, pass square, pass back, pass forward, pass square. And sometimes it is boring. You know, I don't want to be the old Wimbledon, you get it and you put it in the mixer right in the heart of the defence and everybody's up in battle, scrap, blood everywhere. I don't mean that, but sometimes we can overdo it and other teams overdo it. Pass, they pass it to death. Nigel Mobus says, evening Bernie, evening Nigel. Disappointing, but we have enough beer for the way home, the 12th man. Nigel, you and the 12 men, what a job you do, the support you give us every week, and the money you invest and the time you invest in the clubs are amazing, and I hope you're well rewarded for your loyalty. Yeah, enough beer for the way home, I'm sure you have, Nigel. Samuel Elliott says, Patterson scored for Swansea again today. Judge not good enough for us, and we've been a shrewd signing on a free at the time. Yeah, but did they get beat? No, Swansea won, didn't they? It's Preston that get beat, didn't they? We faced Preston on Tuesday, and I think they get beat. I'm going to read a few of these because I've been ignoring the YouTube. Hi Bernie, another disastrous first half. That's for Stephen Horn. Richard Cole says, disappointing result, a long way to journey for a defeat. Was hoping for at least a draw, bearing in mind our up and coming matches. That's for Rob. Yeah, we've got some big games coming up. Is that Stefan Janet says? The recruitment team need to look at the right type of talented sort of players, not shite players. I don't really know what it means with that. We've had a few good in. Green was looking the part. I've read off Kevin Scott not doing his job. I'll get Kieran Scott not doing his job. Oh, come on. We've had a go at Kieran Scott. As I've said, I've seen Kieran Scott. Never really spoke to him, never looked at me. I've never really looked at him. I know he's been in the vicinity. I don't know the guy for Adam. But what I do know, he could be the best talent spot on the planet. But if he's not allowed to bring players in because of fees and wages or whatever, then he's never going to flourish as a recruitment guy. Everything he sees, everybody he sees, he will have to go to the chairman and the chief exec and say, what do you think? And he could say, look, these are the best players I've seen. They're magnificent, all around Europe. They're great. What do you think? And they go, well, how much? And then he says that it involves the money or how much they want. And then that's the end of the conversation. So it must be hard in his position as well. So I wouldn't go totally. I'd like to interview him, Kieran Scott. I might try and get a grip of him for my podcast. Where are we here? Can we find in the academy on the lower leagues a type of Zoa type of young and hungry type give all in games? Oh, I don't think there's a lack of people trying this. Is it Stefan? And then we are a championship side, no better than that. I wish we were maybe in the future. Bernie, your best striker we ever had, boss. And Borough fans love you, Bernie. Oh, I don't know about that. Some people don't like the truth, some people don't like an opinion, so that's cool. Hey, you're obviously too young to remember the chicken run. Hit one over the bar, they'd shout, yeah, Scottish one, get home, get back to Glasgow and all this. Yeah, I used to get a bit of stick. And that was with own fans. I really loved it, but so where are we here? As I say, I've not read these out. Apologies if you've, I'll read them out in the Total BS podcast, unless we dry up. We can all see that Borough are a good team and could be chasing a promotion place, but we're going to run out of games, as if we Krista Abel. We're going to run out of games if we're not careful to make a playoff place. Yeah, of course, but as I say, one defeat in 12, not all league games, in the Cup, of course, and we play Port Vale in the quarter-final down at Vale Park. Burslem, looking forward to that. That's a bit of escapism away for the humdrum of the championship. But yeah, come on, we're still being a good run. Today was a bad result. We deserved at least a draw. We never got it. The goals we conceded were poor. Like most goals conceded are. But we can't just let say, oh, you know, we're running out of games. Still plenty of games to go. Plenty of things can happen. Anything can happen. I'm not going to say keep the faith, but a wee bit of belief. Dick Steele must come in at right back. Van den Berg and Clark centre. Banguera left for Tuesday. So this is for Phil Batch. Dick Steele must come in at right back. Van den Berg and Clark centre. So you would change the centre backs. Banguera left back for Tuesday. Well, that would be a big. Well, I don't know. I don't see that happening for the life of me, Phil. That's your opinion, but I cannot see for the life of me the manager or the coach and Carrick would change all that. Really appreciate your analysis of games, because I live down south now and can't get to the games for Stephen Horn. Cheers, Stephen. As I say, I watch every game because I'm passionate, and I'm a Borough fan, and I want to know what I'm talking about. I don't want to hear it second-hand news. I want to see. I'll tell you what I've seen. You might not agree with me. You might have watched the same game and say, what a lot of old junk you're talking, Slavin. And I get that's fine. But yeah, today I've seen two teams that attacked, tried to entertain, tried to score goals, tried to win the game. And unfortunately, one team did win. That was Bristol. And their defending was average. Bad defeat today, Bernie. Borough against Bristol City, and Borough need to win on Tuesday at home again. Preston North End, it's for Andrew Hill. I hope Coburn and Latty start up front on Tuesday up the Borough. I don't know why he's not. I'm saying why he's not tried. Obviously, he likes Crooksy. Crooksy's meant to be a character. He's a box-to-box player. He's got good engines up. He always seems to blow up late in games to give him the hook. But today he was creative. He was inventful. But I don't see him dropping Crooks after today. To put Latty Laughlin and Coburn back in the team. I don't see that happening either. I think Crooksy deserves to play on Tuesday after today, because he was one of our better players. Dick Steele has to start right back. When is Carrick thinking about playing Van den Berg? Yeah, Van den Berg, he's a centre half as well, isn't he? He's out of position. He's getting his best shot, but I don't know. Did he get injured? Yeah, there was one or two injuries. And another talk about injuries. Yeah, we've got. I mean, Lenihan's out for the season. That's a big loss. Lenihan was in good form. He came in, he was ropey. People were saying, questioning him, and then he really showed what he's got. But he's out forever. And McGree, that's the other one, McGree. So you've got McGree was fit start of the season, never played for a number of games. People question him, what's happening? He's not injured. Why he's not in the team? Why he's not getting a start? And then he's injured. And obviously he's not in the team because he's injured. But then we're saying, or the noise coming out is, we don't know his problem. The longevity, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Is this everything pointing to January, the window, that he's going to disappear? It could be, I don't know. I'm speculating because nobody seems to know. When he was fit, he never played. When he's not fit, we don't really know the diagnosis and how bad and how long he's out for. Yeah, I smell a rat. I smell a rat. Does it sit right with me? I just think definitely someone off starting the season when he wasn't in the team. People there, I says this to a mate the other day, and he said, yeah, but we've done brilliant without him. Yeah, we have. But for me, he's still the best player we've got. Great left-footed player. Work rate's phenomenal. Scored some wonder goals. Creative. Gives it his all. He's a World Cup player. He played in the World Cup. For me, he's a big player. And the sooner we get him back, the better. I'm not saying he's the answer to any of the problems we've got. I'm not saying he's the best defender. But he's a very good player. Bad defeat Burnley today against Bristol, but on Tuesday. I hope Coburn Lately, I've read that, sorry. Christopher Abel says, let's not panic. We've just been on a fantastic run. Can do the same again. Keep the faith. I'm not. Hey, I've got faith, but not so much in the footballing world. God, the universe, whatever. But the football, I've heard the same. You remember we went to Wembley against Norwich? Keep the faith. Keep the faith. We get gubbed. We were 2-0 down in early doors, and that was the end. Good night. I've heard it for years. The players need to keep the faith. We go as fans. Expectations are up there. Why not? Why shouldn't it be? It's exciting. But let's not be fantasists. Let's be realists. And keep the faith. The players have to keep the faith. They're the ones that matter. We can shout and do all we want and get behind them, and that's brilliant. I'm sure the players, majority of them, appreciate that. But Paul McLean, I don't know what that's meant to say. The first word, obviously, the predictive text. To improve in January, be improved otherwise. Middle of the table betting, sadly. So more or less he's saying that we have to improve things and hopefully get something in January to boost it. Otherwise it's going to be mid-table betting, sadly. Need to ask why Carrick didn't play Coburn over Letty Laugh. Soft as cack defence and midfield, especially away from home. That's a Craig Palmer. Is it Craig Palmer or Parker? Parker. Yeah, as I say, Coburn. People questioning Coburn over the weeks. Oh, he won't get goals. And then he banged in a couple against Plymouth. Good. He got a penalty and he scored one near post. 2 good goals. But he has worked his socks off. He leads the line fairly well for a younger lad. Up against, as I say, he's up against 2 players every day of the week. Every time he plays, he's up against 2 centre-backs. That's a very, very... Shearer could do it. Because he was, dare I say it, Geordie lad. He could do it, strong as an ox and battling and scrap. But there's not a lot of players could play that. Ian Baird could play it, the lad I played with, but I had him up alongside me. Matt Scott says, we've got to cut down on mistakes. They should have scored from Jones, back pass, Greenwood lost possession a couple of times and immediately put us under pressure, etc, etc. Some of the passing was awful. There was one great move, first half when it was 0-0. And we started the game well, passing it and dictating the play and our pace. The ball went up the right, and then we played it inside right, and then into the middle. And then the final ball, because the right back was out of position, the centre back had to go inwards. And if you get a good pass in, we're in, and it's a shot off. And it was a poor pass. Things like that, just elementary mistakes, routine passes going astray. Must be down to concentration. You can't blame the pitches or the conditions. No, in the modern game, dear God. Chris Rabble said, if you were playing in the team, would you be happy with your support up front? Today, no. Jones's ears would have been burnt off. I'd have been shouting everything at him. On the left, Greenwood didn't really provide anything. Coming in, he had a couple of shots on his own, but didn't provide for the forwards. And Hackney and Howson didn't really create a great deal today. Yeah, they're good defensively and disrupting the opposition, but actually creating things, I'd have probably been hammering a lot of them, left, right and the middle, saying, come on, geez, a ball. And that's the thing I don't see in the modern game. I don't see, at the other side, I would be able to hear them. Sometimes the crowd just goes down a bit and you can hear. I don't hear any shouting. You had Beffin and Jeffin and you have to get the ball into me and I want to score a goal and call me selfish, call me pig-headed, whatever. But that's healthy. But I don't see modern strikers doing that, remonstrating and pointing the finger and getting the sleeves rolled up and clenching the fist. You need service. You're there as a forward, like Letty Laugh, Coburn, Crooks, to get the ball in the box for you to score goals. You're there because you're the best at putting the ball in the net, supposedly. I've seen some dumplings, by the way, at Middlesbrough. Spent millions of pounds on them, dear God. So lucky to hit the main stand. But that's your job. So for you to blossom and do the business and get the goals, if these guys are not giving you the service, look at Ravanelli. Fabrizio Ravanelli. He used to hammer Mikel Beck. And a lot of times it was Rav just overdoing it. It was his fault, but he was blaming Beck. He used to point the finger. But it's healthy. I used to get it when I first came into Middlesbrough, there was guys shouting at me. I say Gary Hamilton, midfielder, used to shout, get back your Scottish back, whatever. It's healthy. But in the modern game, I don't know if they're scared of upsetting each other. But if you're not getting the ball to me, right or left or central, and I'm having a bit of a mare not in the game, I'm going to give you it verbally. And I'm sure I did that. I'm sure if you ask the guys I played with, they would say they did it. They did it to me, I done it back. But in the modern game, I'm not so sure. Matt Scott, McGree hasn't played for weeks and he's still out, top scorer. That says it all. That's a good point, Mark. So we're talking about McGree. I mentioned McGree 10 minutes ago, whatever. McGree, start of the season, was out of the team mysteriously when he was fit. Then he got injured. Now we don't know the extent of the injury. We don't know the longevity of it. Is everything pointing to January? Excuse me, that he's going to be on his bike? I don't know the answer. I'm only speculating. I'm allowed to speculate like everybody else is. But yeah, I just I've got my doubts that he could be off. Yeah, I'm going to read a few of these for a wee thing there. Every have a wee drink at your throat. Excuse me. So if you've just joined us and you're thinking, how did Borough go? Borough 2, well, Bristol City 3, Borough 2. The disappointing afternoon. I watched the game from start to finish. Was it frustrated? Yeah, I was frustrated. Last third not clinical enough, not ruthless enough, not good enough at times. Defensively, poor. 3 goals were conceded. Poor. As I say, Fry could have quit. If Fry was in the top flight, he'd have got sent off because he was the last in line. The ball went through the middle. The guy's got in front. He's caught wrong side. He's middle of the goal, 20 yards out. The lad's got in front. He's pulled hold. He's went to ground. It'd been a sending off, but he didn't. And lo and behold, a minute later, Fry makes a challenge where it's apparently kicked and they put it away. So Joe says, were you surprised at Borough's lineup? Well, I mentioned that earlier, Joe. You know, when I seen Coburn not in the team sheet, I was a wee bit surprised at that, I have to be honest. We might hear that he's got a knock or whatever, but why would you want the bench? I hear that regular, you know, so-and-so, or he's not fit enough. Well, if he's not fit enough, he's got to not play him and then take him off. But anyway, so I was surprised. Tim says, I fancied a good result today, draw at the worst. Well, I was the same, Tim. You know, I was looking at them thinking they've went 7 games, not won a game. I think they beat 6 out of the 7 with big Nigel Pearson at the helm. They got rid of big Pearson, Curtis McParrell, he went as well, the coach. So they've got a new manager in, they've hit the international break. They've only played, this was their 3rd game today under the new manager. And he's won one at the first 2 and then he's won today. So with all the disruption on and off the pitch and us in a rich vein of form, only 1 defeat in 12, I fancied us. Not overly, but at least a draw. I thought, yeah, we'll get a draw. I was confident. I'm not silly enough, I'm too long in the tooth to think to just go there and we're going to win. It's not going to happen, but... Graham McTiernan says, Kieran Scott did a news article saying they were looking at January market as soon as the summer one closed. Hope they get centre back and a prolific goal scorer up the Borough. Well, that's good news. As I say, Kieran Scott, I'm sure he is looking, that's his job, but he has to get sanctioned with the boys at the top, and that's not always easy to convince the guys at the top, especially when it comes to pounds. Christopher Abel says, bonsoir from France. Bernie, France. Tell you what, some lucky people all around the world. Spent the afternoon swearing at the TV. What, in French? Or was it just French? Yeah. But we've got to have faith and support for Michael Carrick. Look, I think the fans are behind Michael Carrick. They were. I never heard many fans going against Michael Carrick not in 7 games when we never won a game. We looked out of sync. We looked poor at times. The majority stuck with Carrick, and I'm glad we did. Look at Pearson. Same idea. We went 7 games, no wins. Pearson went 7 games, no wins, and he's gone. But Chairman Steve Gibson kept the faith, using your word, with him, and he turned it round. He's obviously a cool, composed character, Carrick. It seems to bleed into the team. I always think teams reflect the coach, manager, whatever you want to call the modern people who's meant to be in charge. Carrick's a coach. And we portray, when we lose a goal, we don't panic. We seem to still keep the ball and playing the way we want to play, which is football and entertaining and attacking. Whereas I look at Man United. I like Man United. I've been to see Man United several times over the years, Old Trafford. But I think they portray Ten Hag. I think they're boring. The Man United of old, what a team they were. Exciting, successful. Entertainment galore. Wingers, great football. No, I think Ten Hag's a bore. I think the Man United team play what he looks. Boring. And I think our team, Middlesbrough, Carrick was a great player, but never loud. You never read any bad press about Carrick in his illustrious career at Man United. Won practically everything in the game. He was always a cool character. That's his persona. That's what he is. And I remember interviewing Chuba Akpom last year, I went to training ground, did an interview. If you've not seen it, you can backtrack. I know he's at Ajax now, and see him, and he talks about Carrick, and he sort of refers to him, not in a successful way regarding Arsene Wenger, but just about his character and his composure and his coolness and what he's about. And the modern players like Chuba like that style of management. Personally, I didn't. I needed a bit up the arse. I needed that. Some guys like that, modern players like that. They like the kiss and the cuddle more than the bit up the jacksie. I like both. I like praise. Everybody likes praise. But sometimes I needed a joke. I needed a rock up my jacksie. And a lot of times under Bruce Rioch, I got it. And I loved Bruce Rioch. You know, I'd many a verbal ding-dong with Bruce, but hey, I respected Bruce 200%. Without Bruce Rioch, Middlesbrough might have disappeared off to oblivion. Housen and Hackney must be a pleasure to play against, Bernie. Needs some steel in there. Housen and Hackney must be a pleasure to play against. So you're saying they've no steel? No, they've got a bit of steel. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'm going for a curry. It's exciting stuff, man. Living the dream. Housen and Hackney must be a pleasure to play. No, listen, both of them get stuck in. But the two central midfielders, when I see Housen and Hackney, Hackney's the one that sort of sparks forward more. Housen's more a holding player. But I expect Hackney to get more goals than he's got. I expect him to create more than he does. But he's got a lot to live. I mean, people are raving about him and rightly so. Hackney's he's a real find. I read quotes for Carrick before I come on here. You know how good he is. He played for England. He's more or less putting the academy on the map. Yeah, but we've had some great academy players over the years. Stewie Downing, Adam Johnson, Ben Gibson, David Wheater. You know, we've had the right few. Hackney still got a bit to catch those lads. And I'm sure as long as he keeps developing, listening, and the feet on the ground, he'll do that. But and talking about Carrick, people are saying, "Oh, Michael Carrick, he's looking to sign a new contract, or the club's looking to." That's brilliant news. It's good for Carrick. It's good for the football club, but it doesn't mean he's going to be there long term. The odds are he won't be there long term. It's just good for everybody. Carrick is a few more quid and a bit more security. The club get a bigger fee when Carrick moves on, when clubs are sniffing about, want his signature. So it is good to a degree, but yeah. Right, where are we here? So the goals we conceded were poor today for Ted. Yeah, as I say, the first one was a worldly Ted. The second, Dale Fry was caught wrong side, and then obviously he gave a penalty away. And then the third, I thought was poor all over. Corner kick, big lad up, back stick, unchallenged. I thought Dane could have did better. And then when the balls went at an acute angle, I still think we could stop the danger or block the danger. We didn't. We failed, and it ended up. That was it. Good night. Mark was saying 5 million for Latty Laugh. That is a laugh. So a wee bit of sarcasm there. So Mark was saying £5 million for Latty Laugh. That is a laugh. Jed says, where is McGree? Any idea? I've mentioned that earlier. What's his name? Jed. John says, good to return to the Championship football after the international crap. Yeah, I don't think it was as good as that. Mick says, Lenihan out for the season. Must bring a centre half in January. Van den Berg can play there. Right, obviously he's at full back at the minute. Yeah, I think we'd agree with that. Could do with another defender, but one priority for me is centre forward. Number one priority. Heard on good authority, this is for Trevor Chavel, Hackney is off to Liverpool in January for 40 million, and they're loaning him back for us for the rest of the season. Is it a wee emoji? Well, let's see how true it is, Trevor. If you get that right, by God, you'll be my main source of information when it comes to borrowing the footballing world. So, Trevor has just put, heard in good authority, Hackney off to Liverpool in January for 40 million quid. And they are loaning him back for us for the rest of the season. Do you think it's true? Is it untrue? Is it overhyped? Is it bullshit? What is it? Graham McTiernan says, what's your favourite curry? Paneer, no meat. Enjoy, Bernie. Oh no, I just have the fried rice with no egg, and just curry sauce and vegetable spring rolls and mushrooms. That's my curry. Nothing over. Yeah. Now, Bernie, disappointed not to be coming home with no points at all. We definitely didn't deserve to lose the game. Bring on Preston Tuesday. And once again, fantastic away support from the Borough faithful, from Martin Jojo up the Borough. Martin Jojo Safe trip back. They get in touch every week. They must watch it on the bus on their iPhones. Take my hat off to you. Making that journey. It's a long journey, and you're right. We deserve. Maybe you've just joined us now. We deserve something. At least a draw. I thought when we went 2-2, we were going to go on and win it. I really did think we were going to do that. And then all of a sudden, yeah, the goals were disappointing, Jojo. But anyway, safe journey to you and your pals. Good to see Hackney return from the under-21 duty unscathed, Bernie. This is from Len. Yeah, as I say, he's a product of the academy, the lad, and obviously Coburn's come through as well. Young Coburn, he's on the map, but he's still to prove, be up there with the Gibsons and Stewie Downings and Adam Johnsons. But when we talk about academies, I look at our academy now and think, well, how good are our academy? We've brought 12 players in the summer. A lot of them around about the age of our academy players. That tells me that the academy players, they don't really rate. That's why they're going out and bringing young lads in from other places. You know, and I've always said about academies, there was no academies many years ago when the Borough greats came through. Guys like Brian Clough, George Camsell, Mickey Fenton, David Mills, Wolf Mannion, Alan Peacock. There was no... They didn't have academies then. They were local lads playing for local teams, picked up with scouts. You don't have to go to academy to become a player. I know they do that now. They're roping them in at 8 years of age and then binning them at 13 and 14. The parents are heartbroken. It's a ruthless game, but academies, I think our academy produced some great players, and then it's sort of Hackney's been the latest, and he's doing well. He's in his third season, and he's doing well. But we need more. We need more. Terry says, I've seen a pic of you on social network with Alan Peacock and Pally. Do you meet them regularly? No, I don't. I go into a few coffee shops because I like a coffee. That's my only... I do a bit of painting myself, paint things. And then I go to a coffee shop for a coffee, and I met Alan Peacock. I was with my missus, met Alan Peacock. Alan, of course, looking brilliant, but obviously he's got Alzheimer's, and he was with his daughter. Funny enough, his daughter says to me, would you pop in to the football club on Wednesday? This was last week. I met Alan and his daughter. Would you pop in? There's not a lot of players or ex-players pop in and see the people with dementia. And I said, yeah, for sure, definitely. I turns up my missus, half decent, half dressed. It's not on. It's on in 3 weeks' time. Anyway, I tried. So, yeah, Alan Peacock, I bumped into by chance. I've met him a few times over the months, and I'm a big fan of Alan's. And then at Pally, I go once every week or two for a coffee and a chat about everything. So, yeah, I just want to say about these, my mate deals with these, right? These are pictures they're up for sale. I'm trying to see where you would, because I'm not the brightest on the social network, as people following me would probably establish. Just give me a second. Where is it? Yeah, so signed pictures, these that we're selling them at Christmas. They're all signed. That's the Battle of the Bridge. You remember the Battle of the Bridge? All the players have signed it. That was really getting Chelsea. What an occasion that was. This is my old mate, Captain Fantastic, now the manager of Sunderland. Boo. Tony Mowbray signed. Great picture of Mugger. I don't know if he's giving the peace salute there or get it up you salute, but it's a great picture of Tony Mowbray. Great facial expressions. This is I was going to say watercolour, it's black and white, but that's a signed one as well. That was one of the first pictures ever. That was in the gym when we finally get sponsored, because we had shirts on with no sponsors, and then we get Dickens come in and saved us. This one's, these are all iconic moments in the club's history. These are ones, and obviously you get a certificate to prove it. I'll sign it because I know they're all signed by the right people. It's a bit like the Scottish Fivers. There's loads of signatures that it's not true. John Henry, the last guy to score a goal at Essen Park. Archie Stevens, the first guy to score after the liquidation scenario with Marcel on the fence. And that one's a Marcel on the fence. That's a sort of a coloured thing as well. I'm sure in that photo there's somebody with two heads in the Holgate End. See him there? Where is it here? Yeah. Get two heads, look. Two heads. Anyway, so yeah, you get, if you want to order any, you can get two, and I've lost a bit of paper again, that's how good I am. I'm sure it was here somewhere. Oh dear, I really apologise. I really apologise. I'm not killing time, by the way. I'm genuinely trying to find it. And I can't. Oh yeah, here it is. Right, so if you're interested in any of them, and loads of people have, and obviously we've got a few, but they'll soon be gone. If you want to find out prices, etc., you email 35years@gmail.com. So it's 35years@gmail.com, and you'll be looked after. I just want to finish. We are finishing. 5 minutes, few minutes. Where am I? I don't know where I am now. Yeah, I want to thank you for joining me as always. I'm back again on Total BS podcast will be on Monday. I link up with Michael Webster, local borough boy, who fought in Manchester last week for the English heavyweight title. Lost, but everybody says he won. Just a bit like watching Tyson Fury against a non-fighter a month or two ago. I watched it. I'm not a professional in boxing, but I think I know a wee bit. And Tyson Fury lost, but he did win. And Michael Webster, I asked him the question. Everybody, or every quote that I read, including guys like that, Cal Frotch, the boxer, had all put Michael Webster, the borough lad, that he won. And lo and behold, when the judges came out with it, he didn't win. So I asked Michael Webster about the fight in Manchester. We discussed the fight, the decision, and his future. He's a great lad. He's funny as well. Very interesting when I asked him who would he invite to a dinner at the table if he'd an option of 10. I don't know if he got to 10, but one of them was Epstein. Dear God, I nearly fell off my chair. But anyway, if you want to listen, it's on Total BS on Monday. And then we play Tuesday against Preston Albert at the Riverside. And then on the Wednesday, say about 9:30, I'll be doing Facebook and YouTube Live again, discussing the events of the Preston game. So thanks for joining us. I'll read these out before I go, because people's come in. Let me see. Evening, Bernie. Any news on the draw for one of your fabulous paintings? Yeah, I'll be doing it, Pamela, the end of January, I says, yeah? The end of November. Yeah, I'll be doing it, so don't worry, Pamela, you've asked me before, I'll definitely do it. Will you send them abroad, Bernie? Yeah, sure. They come abroad, obviously you need to pay for post and packaging, they have to come in tubes so they're not bashed. So yes, without a doubt. So listen, thank you very much. You're listening to Total BS. Michael Webster, boxer, who was fighting in Manchester last week. And the points went against him unbelievably. So thanks very much for watching. It's a disappointing day if you're a Middlesbrough fan. You've just walked in, we lost 3-2. Should have at least got something out of the game, but we didn't. Safe journey back to the Borough fans coming back from Bristol, made that long journey, invested in it. And I'll be back again Monday and then Facebook Live on Wednesday. Up the Borough. Cheers. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for you YouTubers watching. Cheers. Up the Borough.